Hello, guys. I'm here in my pool having my usual daily session of grounding, and I wanted to share with you something that us coaches face on I would say, like weekly basis, sadly. And it is this come and go of tennis players that high performance academies have. Uh, this is far from convenient because it doesn't allow us to work on long-term athlete development, which is the idea behind every decision that we make at the academy at ASP. And the fact that parents mostly want quick fixes and quick results makes our work very complicated. First of all, because we don't have the consistency of a group of players that we can work with and have an impact on. Secondly, because players, because of this reason, don't really get to a point in which they can bond with the staff and open up and allow us to get in and really create an impact and make a difference at the end of the day. And yeah, and also economically for academies is very difficult because there are weeks and months in which you have 12 players, and then you go from that to having six. So this is quite nerve-wracking in terms of of planning and also a long-term vision for as I said, a high performance tennis academy that wants to build not only like tennis players, but mostly like humans with the right values and approach to life, which is our main goal at the end of the day. Um, Luckily, we have been blessed with a few players whose parents understand this and are a delight to work with. And it isn't with these people that we see that after working on the right things that might not be what they think should be addressed first, but when you have like the best interest at heart, on especially on young tennis players, uh, you don't focus so much on winning and results, but you focus on building a player that's well rounded, that can cover and do multiple things on the tennis court. You plan with views to have them play at the highest level in the years to come. And this kind of like, it's slow at the beginning, and that's why it doesn't sell very well. But people who stick around have realized and are very appreciative of the work that we do. And yeah, it's like a daily battle that we have um, to kind of like all together like sit down and remind each other of why we're here and why we're doing what we're doing, because it's frustrating to have to repeat the same message over and over to people who come from abroad. The thing of being an international tennis academy is that we work with people from all over the globe, and we had players from all continents, and this has also allowed us to grow and anticipate situations. And ideally, if we keep doing things well, I mean, the academy might be around like 4 or 5 years old, but we have such a great team and we're all on the same page. And this actually makes us believe that eventually, doing things the right way with a long-term vision and always in the best interest of the players will kind of like create that base of players that we can work with and kind of like look to the future with hope and excitement. In the meantime, we'll try to, what we do is just to try to be straightforward, even if parents in this case are not willing, or maybe they haven't done the work themselves to actually absorb the message or the understanding of what's the best approach for a tennis player to have the most chances to make it as a professional, which is to start with is like really low, and we're always upfront honest with this. um, we keep like doing what we consider to be right, even if this comes at the cost of losing clients and tennis players in the short term. So I just wanted to share with you, you know, the other side, because sometimes um, when we're so clear about how we see the sport and the work that we do at the academy, people might consider the message, let's say, too inflexible and with very little room for discussion. But it is a way for us to filter out um, situations that will eventually arise in the future, in the near future. So we rather be upfront with what the way we see the work that we do, and be kind of like strict and tough at the beginning. So parents who want to stay kind of like stay, understanding the conditions and our philosophy, which is first of all just mostly um, do the work that is good for the athlete in the long term, and prioritizing their personal growth above anything else. We always say like they're human beings, like before athletes, and that kind of like allows us to create a bond with them that um, opens up the possibility to have the most the biggest impact on them in the sports side of things. So yeah, just a little above, you know, if any parent is out there listening to this, just to understand that if you're trusting a professional or a group of coaches, is in your best interest if you understand where they're coming from and what they're trying to achieve, to let them do what they do, and not base everything that you do for your child on short term result or outcome. Because by looking for these quick fixes, what's going to happen in the long term is that you don't allow your player to kind of like absorb the teachings of a group of professionals, and in the end you're gonna like block and prevent them from reaching, you know, their fullest potential.